Martha Side here, bringing you a new nail video. Some nice red French with sparkle as a gradient kind of thing, to some nice gems, which are not really gems, they're little fruity fruits. That's right. Who doesn't like some fun nails? I know I do. And I love my sparkle as well. I like classy nails as well, but I like to bring it fun too. I don't care if anyone out there thinks that these aren't proper nails or something, or the classy thing. I don't know. I know recently Simply Not Logical on one of her lives, her that she does streaming now, which she mostly does. She doesn't really do the videos she used to, which is fine as well. I just watch her highlights. And one of the highlight ones she did was to do with some video that was, what is the proper way in, like, if you take a class that's like an etiquette class for your nails. And I guess certain things like what I'm doing would be a no-no. And I'm like, no thanks. Because she watched some video from someone on YouTube that was like, this is the classic way, and all this stuff. And we understand that you get it on your skin, but don't wait too long to take it off, because that's not etiquetely right, and whatever else. But yeah, even though these are almost like that, they might be considered that if I didn't have the fruit on them. But yes, I have the fruit on them, and I want to show you how I did them and all that awesomeness, because maybe you want to do a version of these. Last time I did these on a yellow nail, really long yellow. And then I kind of did a version of another one that I did the same year that was red, but that was more of like little colored gems going down this. It was crazy, and with some thick gold sparkle. So I was able to do the gold sparkle as one whole nail in a French way. So that's all that. So I will now mix those two I did a few years ago, mash them together, and these are the nails that are going to come out of it. Let's enjoy. And here we go with this creamy base coat. These can kind of help you line out your lines if your nails are kind of liney. This one's just a generic one I got there, so I'm going to use that one. Just don't use this one if you do have it by itself, because I have had experiences where it chips. Some base coats you can use by itself if you just want to shine up your nails, and some don't work unless you put another polish on top. And these are the polishes I'm going to use for my design today. This nice sparkle that kind of looks hollow, but sometimes there's a hollowness, so I don't know if you really would call it hollow, but I'm going to use this as it's going to be somewhat like a gradient. This red is pretty thin, so it's probably going to take a few coats. As you can see, I haven't put a base coat like I usually do. I'm just going to dab, dab, dab to be fab. Yes, that's right. Why not be fab? As we dab on the color. You can see there that it's pretty thin. It actually kind of looks orange from a distance in the picture. That's just because it hasn't been enough layers on it. I don't know how many layers I'm putting. Just putting a few until it looks right, because of how see-through it is for the way I'm putting it on. And that awesomeness, as you can see, it did go down kind of low, but that's okay for the nice sparkle of it all. And then we do it again and dab some more. As you can see, it is getting thicker. Well, not thick fully because it's thin, but then there we go. To hold it all in, I am now putting the top coat, being slightly careful because red can bleed a little bit. So you want to be careful. Sometimes if you really don't want to go down to the bottom, just put a top coat on the top and then put another layer of top coat after that's dried. So then you for sure don't bleed it, because it doesn't really matter how long you wait. Well, here we go. My nails look pretty awesome. I'm not even sure I really want to put any little gemmy gems on them, because the way that it mixed in with the silver sparkle and the red, I did it with my little sponges and everything. It came out pretty nice. I almost didn't have to do it with sponge, but it made it interesting, I think. I took a few little dab coats because the polish is kind of thin when you're doing it that way. At least this one is. So and I didn't put a color underneath like I usually do before I do a gradient. But it was really cool, and I felt like how it gave it a little texture. I could put a little gem. I could at least do it on my accent nail. Why not? Here we go with the glue that I'm going to use, as you want to use glue, not clear polish to stick it on or just fall off. So then I'm taking some and putting here, and you see I'm going to put that kiwi on, because yes, I am going to put some nice little fruit gems or whatever tiny versions of something because it's so cute and nice and summery feeling and all that awesomeness. And I'm just placing it on. Yes, I use the suction of my finger to get it on. Being a little lazy, but that's fine. And just being careful and getting it nice and centered as much as possible where the red to the clear goes, because that's where I felt like putting it. Now, from these nails that I just did all nice for you, if you do any versions of these, like always, I like to see them. Just hashtag me the same name as my username here, Max Magic Nails. Yes, that's right. Hashtag me there. Instagram, here on YouTube, send me pictures underneath, or just tell me anything you'd like to see that you've been curious about and would like me to do, because I always like to get ideas. But of course, I just have fun and do nails regardless. So that's that, and all that awesomeness. And yes, I've been wearing these nails for almost a week. Not fully, actually, because I think I did my nails last Sunday or Monday. I think it was Sunday. I can't remember which. So it hasn't been a week yet, as it's Thursday. So I have worn these nails, and I have chipped a little bit on this side here, because I did not know how long these might last. They did, because of it being the kind of red that it is, but it seems to be pretty good for the most part. I'm going to redo them probably this Saturday coming up, because I want to make sure they're nice and fresh and everything for my trip to the UK. Yes, that's right. So I might do a little bit of stamping or have some fun. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I want some pretty simple nails that don't have any gems on them, because you never know if the gems might fall off, even though I've gotten really good at putting them on. But I don't want to rely on that, so when I go on plane rides and I want nails that don't start chipping on me, as I've gotten very good at making sure they don't chip, especially with the right materials, good quality polishes, paste coats, top coats, all that jazz. I'm going to do something fun. It won't be red, because I just did red, and it probably won't be French either, because sometimes French can chip and not look as good when it's, but it actually doesn't look too bad. So I'm going to keep these on for a little longer, even though it has chipped a little bit on that side. It's very common for this nail to chip the most fastest, slightly, because of it being on my dominant hand and being my pointer finger. So it makes sense that it would chip the most. But yeah, I had some fun. I put some kiwi on my nail, some apple, some watermelon, and then some kind of almost like a lemon-y lime, maybe one of those kiwi limes, or whatever they're called, that are red inside, but this one's maybe unnaturally pink. I don't know. But there's that, which I think is like maybe more of a mixture of a lime and something else. I can't remember. All I know is there's some kind of lime or lemon that I think is a different color on the inside that's really tasty. I think it's what it's called. Meyer lemon, I think it might be called. Or something else, because I had some lemonade ones that was amazing. That was to do with a special kind of lemon, and it might have been Meyer lemon, I'm not sure. But I had a taster of it, and it was like, oh my gosh, I've never had such a good lemonade in my life. Because most of it's just made with regular yellow lemons, maybe limes, because here in this Spanish country here, they don't really, most Spanish countries it seems like sometimes, they don't really have lemons, and they call it the same thing. Limon is lemon and lime, even though they both taste kind of different, but they do look very similar. Just one's more sour slightly, depending, but that's beside the point. And all that, talking about lemons and limes, because I got them on my nails. And yeah, recently I had a watermelon as well, and it was a really good watermelon. You cut it open, you can smell the aroma of watermelon. So nice to have a nice fresh watermelon in the summertime, even if here it doesn't always feel like summer, because here it's rainy season, so it feels more cold sometimes. But you can be out with no sleeves like this somewhat, but it's still going to be somewhat colder because the rain's making it colder. So, all that. Jazzy jazz, like I've said. And stuff. I'm very happy I got to stay with these nails, even after wearing them for about half a week. They're standing out pretty well. Yep, and I do really like how the sparkle mixed with the red, because it made it like a sparkly red polish, and then I had some of the sparkle go down the French part, which is nice too, and all that. I thought that was really cool. because you know I used to have this polish that was actually made that way. So dabbing it on like that, even, and then it kind of going down too much, I dabbed it on by just putting lots of red, and then I didn't mind it mixing like that because it shows sparkle underneath, and I love polish, red sparkle polish like that. And I had one that was really nice that I used to death. I think it was from like Sally Hansen's brand or that other brand. Can't remember. It's up there. I think it's that brand that's more generic, that has a bottle that's always the same. I forget what that one's called, but I think it's the other really common drugstore brand that you can get anywhere. That's not like a top fancy one, like some of the ones I have that are like Simply Nological's one, which is all that. But nevertheless, why not have some fun? And like I said before, comment down below what you thought, and if you have any ideas and anything you want to say. You know, I like to hear feedback. And of course, as always, like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, because I like to know your feedback of all of that. And if you don't like it or dislike it, that's fine, but it is good to like it if you did, because it helps me out, so I can keep having fun. Even so, I'll just keep doing these regardless, because I do these for the heck of it. So thank you again for coming and enjoying some sparkle red French to the fun of the fruit. That's right. Sparkle, sparkle, bam!